If you want a free motion quilt on the Smarter by PFAFF Model 260c, you will need to go to your local PFAFF store and pick up a free motion quilting foot. So I'm going to start off by showing you all the steps to get this attached, lowering your feed dogs, and then how do you get started with machine quilting. So take your screwdriver out and completely remove the black screw from the top of the foot. So this is not one of the feet that you can just snap off and on. So you're going to fully take off the ankle and foot. And then this foot has a little, the post, you might say, it needs to sit down and in this area. And then this spring part is going to be positioned above the needle screw. So once you get that started, just come in and get that screw to start going in to the post. And I will tell you that screw's a little on the short side. So just kind of take your time. Once it's in all the way, definitely make sure you use the screwdriver to give it a good tighten. So then that way it doesn't wiggle loose as you go. The next thing you want to do is slide the accessory box off, reach on the back side and lower the feed dogs down. So I pushed it to the right and now they're down. Of course, don't forget to bring them back up when you're completely done. So how does this actually work? You're going to take your fabric, slide it underneath, lower the presser foot. Remember, this machine does have that safety sensor that won't let you stitch when the foot is up, which I love, because when you do free motion, it's hard to tell, did I lower it or did I not? So here's the next thing you want to do is you do have, with your speed control, a way to kind of get a cruise control level so you're not racing away. You might find that starting in the middle speed is going to be just about right. So here's my max speed as I start to learn how to move the fabric around and get used to getting the stitch length to be similar lengths. Use this feature, needle down, to stop with the needle in the fabric, and that way when you go to move it to your next area or move your hands, that last stitch is kind of held. So this is how it's going to look. As you start, just go ahead and stitch. There's lots of videos. For example, I enjoy watching free motion tutorials on Craftsy. That's how I've learned how to free motion quilt over all the years. And so we'll put a few of those links below this YouTube video of some of the classes that I totally recommend. What are we looking for next? Next, let's go ahead and bring our needle up, our presser foot up, and take a look at the stitching. So you're going to want to work on getting your speed of your hands to kind of be fairly even to how fast the needle's going up and down. That way you don't get teeny tiny stitches and really big stitches. What I really want to look for is on the back here is how my tension is looking. So I actually have two different weights of thread in the machine, a different thread brand completely in the bobbin and some fun variegated thread in the top. So definitely we'll find that there's going to be times where they might not balance out. So if I don't want as much of the top thread pulled to the back, then I'm going to take the top tension and go up a number. I always say change it a whole number, then that way you would see if you're actually getting a better result. If you just change it a little, you'll not see it. So just by changing a little bit, I'm going to give it actually a 1.5 turn. We'll go ahead and take some stitches. So really what we're doing is just using this as a practice point to make sure all of our stitches are looking really good. Okay, so we'll do that and compare and see if we notice. I want to make sure I didn't tighten it too much and get any of the pink thread coming up, which I do see a few pink strands coming up at those stitch points, but definitely don't see colorful thread coming to the back. So I'm going to bring that back kind of a happy medium and I should be good to go. So free motion quilting is something that it does take practice, but this machine is totally capable of learning with you.